It exists. Okay, I'll get into the nitty gritty of why the reserve shooter needs a rework, at least on Pyro's end. Now then, let's run through the stats of the reserve shooter so that everyone is up to date on it. So, it has a 20% faster weapon switch to and a 15% faster weapon switch from speed, along with the biggest upside of the weapon of granting mini crits against targets that are either blast jumping, knockback, air blasted, or using the grapple hook. Its only downside is that it has a 34% smaller clip size, lowering a clip from 6 shots to 4, and the only classes that can use this are the Soldier and the Pyro. Originally, this was part of the Soldier's Airborne Armament set and was restricted to only him. As of the Maniversary update in 2011, it was able to be also equipped by the Pyro. Now, looking at the stats for Soldier, this is a nice side grade to the stock shotgun. To use it effectively, you have to bounce someone up in the air with your rocket launcher, and then switch to the reserve shooter to damage them. The switch and speed buffs also help the Soldier in getting the weapon out quicker, as you may not bounce them very high in the air sometimes, so the switch to speed could help them in some cases. Overall for the Soldier, I'd say this is quite well balanced. The same, however, can't be said for Pyro. I'm not sure if any other Pyro mains agree with me, but I have to say that I can see people's discontent with the weapon when on Pyro and see that it's overpowered as all hell. You see, the Pyro has this small ability called air blasting, and the reserve shooter stats say mini crits count when they're air blasted. Can you see why it's broken now? Pyros don't need to work anywhere near as hard to get enemies in the air as soldiers do, hence why it was a soldier specific weapon at first. I have no idea who thought of giving it to a class that can literally take a mouse click in order for the requirements to gain extra damage output to be right, but that was 6 years ago now, so I have no idea where that person is now. So then, how can we balance the reserve shooter so that it's balanced for both the Pyro and Soldier? Well, there are two options. The first is to split the weapons into two separate versions, just like the Equalizer and the Escape Plan. This would mean that the stats it has now can go to the Soldier due to how hard it is to actually pull off a combo like this, and then some completely new stats for the Pyro's version, or an alteration to the stats it has now. I mean, this has been discussed before about splitting the weapon in two. However, I think I have thought of a much simpler solution to make it balanced for both classes without changing anything too drastically. Remove the air blast component altogether. That's it. Removing this part of the weapon will keep the reserve shooter's stats pretty much exactly the same, whilst removing the most broken part of it when used with Pyros. This in turn makes it a much more situational weapon like when equipped for the Soldier. The blast jump, knockback and grapple hook parts will still be in use for the weapon, and removing the air blast part stops Pyros from using it by comboing it with a degreaser. This then makes Pyros start working alongside their team to get the enemy team up in the air so that they can utilise the mini crit upgrade the reserve shooter has. I mean, I have no idea if anyone else has thought of this idea, but I thought I would give my thoughts on how to nerf it, and surprisingly it didn't take me long to think of a solution. But I mean, what do you think? Would this nerf work or not? I mean, personally, I think it would be very simple to change it to this, as the knockback component would still work for the Soldiers so that they can bounce players in the air with rockets, and in turn they can work with Pyros so they can also utilise the mini crits. Anyway, if you agree with anything I said in this video, why not like and share with others so this may work its way to Valve eventually? I mean, I can only dream, right? If you'd like, subscribe for more Pyro and TF2 content in the future. This has been BonOakley, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya!